Well, the case against the 4 accused in the disappearance of 6-year-old Joshlin Smith has been postponed until the 15th of July by the Vredenburg Magistrate's Court. It has been 3 months since the grade 1 pupil was reported missing in Saldanha Bay. Then that case was postponed back in March after the 4th accused, Lourentia Lombaard, abandoned her bail application. The accused include the young girl's mother and her boyfriend. They all face charges of human trafficking and kidnapping. And our Nasiphi Same was at court and joined us live for more. Not altogether unexpected, Nasiphi, that the matter would then be postponed. Just tell us what the reaction's been where you are.
Well, outside the community is still gathering, community leaders addressing those that are currently outside. And as you put it, the matter has been postponed. The 4 accused appearing before the Vredenburg Magistrate Court, facing charges of human trafficking and kidnapping. But to talk to us further about the outcomes, what transpired in court, I'm joined by Eric Dabazalila, the spokesperson to the NPA in the Western Cape. If you could just briefly take us through the outcomes of the proceedings in court today.
Yes, I can confirm that the 4 appeared, which include the mother, her boyfriend, and 2 other accused. They appeared shortly, and the case has been postponed to the 15th of July for further investigation. But one can mention that the court was told, we told the court that we have received the forensic report as well as cell phone data analysis, but the police are busy with that, with those downloads, analyzing them. We're likely to have a report at the next court appearance or the one after, but on the 15th of July, we'll be able to advise the court that where the next forum is going to be. That is where this case will be, the trial will take place.
So there's a likelihood that it might not be here at the Vredenburg Magistrate Court?
There's a likelihood it might not be here at the Vredenburg Magistrates Court, but what usually happens is where it's felt it's necessary for the community to know or to attend the court, the case, and follow the case. Even if it's transferred, usually you'd have a second court taking place in the same community, so that everyone else in that community who has an interest in the case can be able to attend and follow what is happening in the case.
The 4th accused, Lourentia Lombaard, we understand that there is a confession that was made. Is there any more detail that you can give to us?
Yes, as was mentioned in court, there is a confession Ms. Lombard made. Unfortunately, we can't be speaking about that confession at this stage. That confession will form part of the trial, or if someone else applies, maybe possibly her applying for bail, some details of that confession may come out. But for now, we all know that they've abandoned their right to bail. So at this stage, we can't be talking about that confession.
And outside, I mean, the community is gathering. The MEC of Community Safety not too long ago, touching on aspects of misinformation. We're told by some of the community that there is somebody that has turned state witness. Any confirmation as far as that is concerned?
Well, it's an unfortunate thing, man, that there are so many statements that are being thrown around this case, with one wondering what the motives are. On this one, no state witness has come forward, no person has come forward and testified or committed him or herself as a state witness. What we have at the moment is those 4 accused, and up to now, they have not told us where the child is. We are all still looking for the child. And the first prize, even though we want to prosecute them, the first prize is to find the child, especially to find they are alive. But up to now, we don't have.
And going into trial, Eric, I mean, it's been close to 3 months now. Joshlin has not been found. Is it possible to continue with trial even though the police are continuing with the investigation and trying to locate her?
We can continue with the trial on the charges that we have, and possibly add more charges at a later stage, depending on what comes out on the ongoing investigation. So we can still continue with the trial on the 2 charges that the 2 are facing at the moment.
We'll have to leave it there, Eric Dabazalila. But we are also joined by the MEC of Community Safety and Oversight, Mr. Regan Allen. You were inside court, quite brief this time around. We're hearing from the NPA that the matter has been postponed to July. But many have, lambasted SAPS for the slow pace that they've moved when it comes to investigations. The magistrate saying that hopefully come July, the investigations would have concluded.
From our side, it would be a number of stakeholders within the criminal justice system that often leads to the quote that so many people are familiar with, that the wheels of justice turn extremely slowly, but it does turn. In my estimation, I would have wanted this particular matter to be dealt with already, but I must allow for the investigation to actually conclude. So we can confirm, like we heard in court, that the analysis of the cell phone data is already being done as we speak, and that any and all leads will still be followed up, but that the investigation is ongoing because we are ultimately still wanting to see Joshlin reunited with her extended family, and also make sure that any persons like the four that is before court, and it's serious charges of kidnapping and human trafficking, ultimately should lead to the state presenting a credible case that could lead to a conviction.
And earlier on, you were talking about the fact that, or rather last month, Minister Bekele indicated that they are working with a number of international organizations and have casted the net when it comes to investigation and looking for Joshlin outside the borders of South Africa, international shores. What do we know so far in terms of that investigation is concerned?
There's been at least one particular incident where cooperation between the South African Police Service and Interpol at least took place. So whenever there is any form of information, if there's any credible or any rumors even, we would want to ensure that is actually followed up. And that remains our stance from the Western Cape government, considering that, yes, she resided within the Saldanha Bay area, but we were very clear that the borders outside of the West Coast should even be followed up should information come to light on the potential whereabouts of Joshlin. So from our side, we would want to ensure that cooperation with any international partner or with other provinces outside of the Western Cape should continue as soon as information becomes available.
We'll have to leave it there. MEC of Community Safety, apologies, and police oversight there here in the Western Cape. Earlier on, speaking to Eric Dabazalila, NPA spokesperson in the Western Cape, giving us an update as far as what transpired in court, but also the fact that investigations do continue. NPA indicating that there's a likelihood of more charges to be possibly added. However, they believe that they can continue with a trial, or rather taking this matter to trial with the information and evidence that they have. Cell phone analysis, also SAPS going through that, and hopefully come the 15th of July, when the four accused will be appearing again in court, those analysis or that report will be presented in court.
Nasiphi Same, thank you very much. Bringing us the latest there from the Vredenburg Magistrate's Court as that matter is postponed until the 15th of July.